What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Film Study for Rookies. Today, man, we're going to talk about the Tush Push. The Tush Push was passed. I think the league vote was 22 to 10. It needed 24 votes to officially ban it. 2 votes short. Now, before we get into the Tush Push, there's been a lot of talk like, okay, is it a scrum in rugby? Now, here's the thing with that. As somebody who's played rugby, I've never understood the correlation between it, but don't take my word for it. We're going to let this lady right here
Libby, so now we're going to
England rugby. All right. She'll give you kind of a brief overview. We're going to take a look at that and then compare that to the Tush Push.
scrums.
Simple question. What is a scrum?
So a scrum is made up of 8 people, so all the forwards are involved, 8 people from each side. You have 3 front rows, so you have 2 props and a hooker. I'm a hooker, so I'm the one in the middle. Then you have 2 second rows behind you, 2 flankers, and then number 8. So essentially, you're all bind up, and then it's crouch, bind, set, and you kind of collide. The little 9 comes in and they put the ball in, and then you push as hard as you can to try and go over the ball, and the hooker, me, will hook the ball back to the number 8, and they'll either pick it and run, or the 9 will pick it up past the backs.
This is nothing like the Tush Push, right? The scrum, I'm telling you, if you've ever been in one, you already know, right? But this is nothing like the Tush Push. So now let's take a look at the Tush Push and see, okay, what are they actually doing? Because the scrum, it is nothing like it. So now let's talk about the Tush Push right here. All right, well, just take a look, right? If you've never seen it from the end zone angle, take a look right here. This is what we're looking at. All right, so just based off a general perception, what I see from the Tush Push, right? It depends on the package they run, but right here, got the tight end right here. So from the tight end all the way to the right tackle, essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to get low, right? And then essentially back up the defensive lineman too, right? And what happens when they do that, right? Take a look right here. What's going to happen is now when Hurts is getting pushed in the back, he can easily go over those linemen, right? But if the linemen don't go low, as you're going to see, there's not really a way to push Hurts, to be honest with you, right? Let's take a look at it from another play right here. Last time we saw Hurts kind of go over the center. This one, it's kind of more towards the left guard, and you're going to see. You know, they talk about the Tush Push and everything that happens on the line. Really, everything's happening on the back end. I mean, you got 2 guys pushing Jalen Hurts right here. Right, I think a tight end right there, and what, Barkley behind him? That's essentially what's happening. If you look at the line, right, take a look right here. What I want you guys to watch is the left guard right here. So Hurts is basically going to get behind him. And like I said before, his job is to basically try and push the defense back, or whoever is lined up on the inside or outside of him. And the thing to watch is the 2 tackles right here, right? So take a look what happens. The first one, he's going to go low. All right, he's going to crash in. The second one, all right, watch him right there. He's going to get stood up. Now, if he were to somehow get penetration in there, Hurts may not make it. But watch the left guard right here, because he crashes in right there. Left guard, bang. All Hurts has to do is get behind him. Left guard's just going to keep pushing forward too. And Hurts has, what, 1 to 2 guys pushing him? You're kind of getting a look on how really this Tush Push works, to be honest with you, right? Take a look at it from this angle right here. You're going to see right here, essentially the left guard, right? It's almost like he's a lead block on this play, right? Take a look at this. He's a lead block. He's going straight up. It's essentially a cut block, to be honest with you. Hurts is behind him. All right, you got 81 behind him, and you got Barkley right here. I'm shocked we don't call this the Philly train or something. The left guard on this play specifically, all right, he is a train conductor, all right? Hurts is behind him. Hurts is the package, right? So you're always delivering a package of some sorts on trains. Coles, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, right? And then right here, Barkley's the caboose. So Barkley, you know how strong he is. Bang. So you got essentially 4 guys lining up and just basically pushing Hurts to one spot. Let's take a look at the next one right here. The next one we're going to look at right here, this one's against the Bengals. They look to kind of stop Hurts, to be honest with you. But they did get the touchdown, right? Let's take a look. What do they do right here? All right, essentially the same thing. Except this time, you see the difference. So I think with the Giants, we kind of had a nose tackle head up, right? This time, all right, we're going to play that shoulder right there. We're essentially going to attack the left guard. So we're going to play the guard's left guard right here. We're going to play his inside shoulder right here and his outside shoulder, plus a linebacker right there going over the top the Bengals kind of have the blueprint, to be honest with you. They know what the Eagles want to do, right? So, center's going to get low, left guard's going to get low right there. They know where Hurts wants to go every single time. Now, it's not always to the left guard. Sometimes it's to the center. But these were all the touchdowns from last year, really the 1-yard runs. That was probably the best defense I've seen so far. And then right here, all right, a little bit different. And then he scores at will on this one. And what you're going to see is a difference, right? So Eagles and the Hurts, they essentially adapt, right? They know, like, okay, we've been spotted. They know our next move. Let's mix it up a little bit, all right? And what's going to happen is Hurts acts like he's kind of going inside, right? And then bang, bounces it out. And it's easy work at this point, right? Because look, everyone's crashing in. And Hurts, Hurts, like I said, I don't know why this isn't a Philly train. I mean, I want you to watch Hurts, 81, and Barkley, right? It's a damn train. It is a train. And this time, I think, the left tackle, right? The left tackle is the lead block, right? So now he's the conductor. Yeah, he's the conductor on this play. Kind of getting where I'm going with this. Let's keep it going. Next one we're going to look at right here is against the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys never had a shot. Now, why didn't the Cowboys have a shot? And I don't blame the defensive backs for this, but if you take a look right here, right? So each team has 11 players on the field. The Cowboys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys not really doing anything, to be honest with you, right? So they've got one line of defense, right? Run that back real quick. One line of defense. Let's go back real quick. Take a look at this. The Bengals, right? Second row. Go back again. Let's take a look. Giants, second row. Cowboys, one line of defense. I'm not sure what the Cowboys were thinking. Maybe they didn't want to hurt their players. I don't know, right? But it's the first quarter. It's not like they were getting blown out. And then right here, the Commanders, Mr. Luvu himself. Let's take a look at it from this end zone angle. The problem with Frankie doing this right here is he'd have to get not just good timing, because he was called offsides 2 or 3 different times. He's gonna have to change the way he trajects, right? Because for him to do that, what he's gonna do right there, if Hurts gets low, Luvu doesn't have a chance, right? So essentially the Commanders would really have to stack, right here. They would have to stack this, force Jalen to really come to this right side over here. And that would allow Frankie to maybe have a chance. But if you take a look right here, Commanders, once again, right? Look. 4 guys right there, 5 guys not really involved in the play, to be honest with you. You kind of see the difference now between teams who are almost stopping it versus teams like this who aren't even trying. Like right here, the Ravens. Take a look at this, all right? Ball snapped. You have one guy, right? And that's just because it's A.J. Brown. I think that's Humphrey right there, if I'm not mistaken. One guy when the ball snapped, not really engaging at all towards the play. One, right? Let's take a look what happens right here. They almost stopped Jalen Hurts, right? So it's not impossible. If 49 times is better on the outside, I can't see who that is for sure. If he times that better, right, take a look at this. We're going to pause it right here. If he times it just a little bit better, they probably have him stopped, to be honest with you. I thought the Buccaneers did good at the beginning. I thought the Giants did good, right? After that, you had the Ravens too. But for the most part, if you wanted to stop it, you're going to have to stack the box, right? Like the Giants right here, ball snapped. Look at all of them. They're all going in, right? You should have your 2 outside guys in case, they try and send Devontae, Jahan Dotson, A.J. Brown, Barkley out for something, right? Just in case. Otherwise, everybody's going in to stop it. I think the Giants, the Ravens, the Bucks, they were onto something. If they play again this year, Giants definitely do because, division, right? We'll see what happens. Washington, I think they've got to fix some things because Luvu jumping in, go back to Commanders real quick. Even with Luvu jumping in, you still have 4 guys not really doing much on the play, right? So you're going to have to change something up, right? if that's your plan. With that being said, that's going to wrap it up. Film Study for Rookies is out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.